everyone, welcome back to another episode of Chanel in the City. I'm your host, Chanel Omari, and I'm here at Cubico Studios in New York City and have a very special guest in the building. She's my girl. She's the director of the customer experience of one of my favorite bridesmaid sites, which is the Bridesmaids Experience Evening Collective. Please welcome Ravae Norvell to the building.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I love your name.
Thank you.
Did I pronounce it right?
You did. Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. I only did it. I'm not going to lie. We're going to be raw here.
Okay.
She taught me how to do it a couple of times. I practiced. But I love your name. I love what you're doing with Evening Collective. So let's talk about, I was just a bridesmaid for my brother's wedding. And let me tell you, I thought I had it in the bag, but I didn't. And I come from a producing background, a hosting background, more like you would think I have it, Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize how tough it is when you have other personalities involved and you want to make the bride happy and you're not feeling that great about yourself. Because like for me, I've battled with mental health, so we'll get into that. So I've gained a lot of weight. And so I didn't like the in-store experience. That's what I was dreading. So I'd always make excuses for my mom.
Right.
So now come forward, we meet, and you guys helped me pick a dress for my bridesmaid's dress and for the wedding, and I had a great experience. And then we did the road show, which was an awesome segment that people can check out. So talk to us about, why did Evening Collective come about, and how did you join the team?
Yeah, so Evening Collective, we're in the heart of the garment district. So first and foremost, we are all about fashion. But we were seeing that there was a really big need in the bridesmaids dress industry because we were going to sites. I've been a bridesmaid. Everyone on the team has been a bridesmaid. So we understand. But there was always this gap or this hole of trying to find a bridesmaid's dress. You have different body types. You might have a bride that wants, 5 different dresses or just the same dress. And it's really trying to find a space where people can go. They feel comfortable. It's easy. It's accessible. You're going to sites and it's this is not easy to navigate.
Right.
Where do I even begin? How do I choose my size? The bride said she wants sage green, but where's the sage green color?
Right.
So we wanted to create a really cool, fun, interactive experience. We have an online showroom. We have a sample service. We have a swatch service. We have everything that you need at your fingertips to find the perfect bridesmaid's dress. And so I think, entering into this, it's a newly launched company. We launched in September. It was really exciting for me. I'd been in the fashion industry. I'd worked e-commerce. I'd, been in social. So it's kind of like this really beautiful marriage of both.
Totally.
So I'm so excited. Yeah.
It's super exciting.
To be a part of this.
And, I think it's so important that people like you are creating this experience for us women who have different body types, who have different experiences with weddings, not so thrilled about, the wedding experience in itself. And you're right, it's also about pleasing the bride at the same time. And a lot of times we don't know, the bride will say, I want sage green, and we don't even know what that color looks like. Or if there's a green, can we, for example, when I had come to you guys for my brother's wedding, she said she wanted between maroon and an eggplant. And then my dress ended up being more towards maroon. We got that, but I didn't know, can I wear eggplant? It's kind of similar,
right?
So it's cool that you guys give that guidance, and you do make it fun, because let's be honest, nobody wants to be a bridesmaid, and it's a nice honor, but at the end of the day, it is a headache, it is a hassle sometimes, and there's a lot of pressure, and sometimes even the color that the bride picks for you don't even love.
Exactly.
So you're really helping us try to embrace the positivity of it all.
Exactly, and I hope we do that. I feel that we do, because every bridesmaids that have come to us asking questions are like, she wants me to wear this dress, but I don't know what size. I don't think it's going to look right on me. I'm always do the sample service. Right. One dress, $15. You can get 2 for $25, so you can compare sizing.
That's
we have
amazing.
A sizing selector where you just put in, the measurements for your bust, your waist, your hips. It gives you 3 sizes to choose from. I always say go with the middle and the largest size.
Right.
That is just to be, it's bridesmaids dresses. They tend to be made a little bit smaller. So this just allows you opportunity to try them on at home, 7 business days. And I always say get the girls together and do a party. Get champagne.
Oh, that's amazing. And do they do you ever custom make it as well if there's like a size, let's say extra large, or let's say the bust is, a little larger than most?
With our sizing selector, right when you put in, it shows the measurements for that size. Our dresses are made to order, so they're not made in bulk. So when you place your order, it's in, and that's it. So that's why I'm always like, sample service is a really great way just to kind of have like, you're not hesitating, clicking the button. You're like, oh gosh, like I hope that's the right size. So it's just a great way to see style, see fit, try different styles. And it's nice if you can get all of the girls together, because you can try different, dresses on together and see which one works best for you.
And it's also helps you, or like people like me who dread going into the store and trying it on with your pushy mother. Sorry, Mom, for calling you out. And, wanting to just have all these dresses thrown at you, but then you're also not feeling that great. And then you have to wear that Spanx. So it does give you that intimate, private, comfortable setting. Hey, and let's be honest, with social media and the digital age, it's all about convenience. Right. So it's more like, I'm at my house, or I'm at my girls, other bridesmaids' houses. And even if we can't do it together, or I do it alone, at least I know I'm having a positive experience. Right. Little by little, know? Talk to us a little bit about how the experience when the whole group text, right? So a lot of times the bridesmaids are on the text and they want to like send their opinions and if the bride's not happy, how do you guys help with that experience?
Well, I've been in weddings before. I was just in one in October, and it can get very messy. You're in a group text, everyone's screenshotting photos, sending it through. And
are you wearing this dress? I got this dress?
Yeah, and it gets lost in the airways. So that's why I love our showroom service, and a lot of brides and bridesmaids are utilizing this, and I think they should. It allows the bride to go in. We have 42 different styles to choose from. She can go in and she can be like, hey, you know what? I love the Dixie dress. I love the Piper dress. And add them into her showroom. Her girls are invited to see what dresses that she's looking at and choosing. Also, her bridesmaids can even, make suggestions. And what's beautiful about the showroom is that it also helps keep everything streamlined and seamless for the bride. So she sees when her bridesmaids have placed their order. She's like, okay, where's Katie, why haven't you placed your dress order? And she can see it, and
that's
she can
cool.
See, yeah,
she could be like following up on the bridesmaids' orders too.
Yeah, and so it just like keeps everything together, and so it's not, we want to make this like a very stress-free experience. Because it is stressful.
It's very
stressful for everyone. And then especially like if you're in the bridal party, it's for a reason. You're her best friend. Yeah. She loves you, and you want to make her happy.
So it's such an incredible experience. How many days does it take to ship, for you to get your dress, the sample dress, and how many days should they be ordering the dresses in advance? Because do they have to tailor? Do you offer a tailor service?
Right. So for our sample service, when you place the order, it takes 5 to 7 days to get to you. So that's not amazing. A long time. And what's really nice is I'm always happy to assist with the ordering process for samples, because a lot of brides and bridesmaids want to try on and do the try at home party. Right. So they're getting the girls together. They have a scheduled date. So we do assist in making sure that, those samples are arriving to you on time so that you can enjoy them and have fun trying them on. With our custom dresses currently, due to Chinese New Year, it's 7 to 10 weeks until you get your dress. We always suggest 3 months in advance ordering, and this allows just for alterations. Right. And so we do not offer that service, but obviously we suggest going to a trusted seamstress. Make sure it's a good one. That's of great. Course, you know. But these dresses are so beautifully made.
They're so beautiful, and they really fit. I mean, I could attest to this. This is my testimonial. Mm-hmm. It fit me amazingly. Good. I mean, and it made me look better, and it made me feel better. Yeah. It's one of those dresses that it's true to size. So I'm a size 12, and I put my size, the bust and everything. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know if, sometimes it's a little bigger, a little smaller. It fit perfect. I didn't have to get alterations.
Amazing.
Everyone thought I looked hot. And it was also not what I love about Evening Collective too, is that the dresses are young and hip. Right. So the styles are young and hip. It is it is keeping up with the current fashions.
Right. It's not dated.
It's not outdated
Yeah.
or dated or
Yeah.
or old fashioned. Sometimes you're like, okay, I could deal with the color, but I can't deal with the style.
Right.
And also a lot of the dresses like mine, I could wear it on like daytime TV, like the road show, but then I could also with a blazer, but I could also wear it, after the wedding. It's like, how people sometimes change into the cocktail dress.
Right, exactly.
So behind the styles, who's behind the creative? Like, are there different designers within Evening Collective? Is it one main designer?
Yeah, so we have designers that work collaborative together to create these designs.
That's cool.
We hope to add more styles as time goes on, but right now we have such an amazing selection of dresses, and really for every body type. And like a really big trend I feel like is brides having their bridal party select dresses that work for their body type, so not everyone has to wear the same dress. So I love that part, because I'll have people reach out to me and they're like, okay, like I'm a little curvier, or I don't have curves. What is the best dress for me? We're allowed to choose anyone. We just have to stay within this color. So I think that's a fun way. Yeah, and I've been noticing that a lot. Not everyone is choosing the exact same dress. So I think that's a way to make it more fun and exciting and different.
Right. Yeah, that's and a lot of, now I'm realizing brides are being more lenient to their bridesmaids being like, I totally understand if you don't. It used to be like 10 years ago, only one style and it had to be one color.
Right.
Now they're saying, okay, if it's green, or I want a forest green, I don't mind if you come with a light green because you can't find a forest green.
Right.
So does that happen within your selections as well?
Yeah, and we have 39 different colors. And so when you go online, what's really great, usually brides know what color they want. Some don't. Some maybe want like suggestions, but usually they know. They're like, I want a red, or I want a pink, or I want a blue. So when you go on our site, we do have all of our dresses where it's like the reds and the pinks, the blues, the greens, the neutrals. So you can take a look at all the different colors. And recently we had a bride that wanted to do 3 different colors. So she's doing cashmere, champagne, and moonlight, and it's a very neutral. It's beautiful, and so I'm so excited for her to get the dresses.
Very cool though that you have the different shades of that one color that she picked.
Yeah, and I was working with her, sending her photos, video of like what that would look like, and we really were selecting, and it was so much fun. And that's like one of the favorite parts of my job, is helping them select. You're a little bit a part of it, and they're just like, I feel like I have like a personal wedding planner, but strictly for bridesmaids dresses.
That's what it is. It's like I felt like I had the wedding planner for me.
Yeah.
My role in the wedding, we didn't even have a wedding planner, but then it also helps you inspire the bride and give the right suggestions, because like a lot of the bridesmaids in the group, they didn't know. They were like, Chanel, thank you. How are you getting all these resources? And I got them from you. So that's the whole cool experience that some people don't even know, and sometimes they're ashamed to ask or say they don't know.
Right.
So it's cool to have somebody who can plan it for you, and you don't have to feel uncomfortable with all that. Let's talk about budget, because a girl loves a budget, and Evening Collective is all about budget.
Yes.
So talk to us about price points and why it's an incredible deal.
Yeah, I mean, our price points, we have dresses now that are under $100, $99 for a bridesmaid's dress is insane. I mean,
let me tell you something. Just to find a bridesmaid's dress that you don't even love, you're spending about hundreds or thousands of dollars.
Yes.
And then to get them altered, another couple of hundreds. So that is incredible. And I'm telling you, ladies, you're true to size. So you get it, you'll feel great for under $100. Are you kidding me? It's amazing.
Yeah, and they go all the way up to $159. Also, still a great price point for what you're getting. I mean, it's the service. It's the ability to shop with your bridesmaids. It's the sample service. Everything, when you're purchasing that dress, you've gotten your money's worth, basically.
Right.
And they're so beautifully made. The quality is so good. I have bridesmaids that are like, listen, I've had dresses before and they've been really stiff and heavy, and all of our dresses are so light, they're flowing, they're gorgeous. When you're walking down the aisle, you're gonna look like $1 million.
Yes.
And you
feel like $1 million.
Yeah, and you're setting the tone for the wedding. Your bridesmaids are the first to go down,
Right.
And so it is setting the tone, and we want you to feel beautiful, and as much as the bride wants you to feel beautiful and special. So
That's really cool.
I think with our price point, like, it's really like unbeatable.
That's amazing. So let's also talk about Director of Customer Experience and the responsibilities that come with it.
Right.
We were talking about how you help grow the company's social organically. And because there's a lot of, debate and controversy how all these brands that are up and coming or micro influencers or even influencers are buying their bots.
Right.
How do you separate yourself in a day or an age 2020 where everything is so competitive?
Right.
So like, take us through your journey.
Yeah. I mean, for me, with organic social, I mean, we are very transparent. We are a bridesmaid ourselves. We're not trying to be one. We are one.
Right.
So we are sharing the ugly parts of being a bridesmaid. We know they're there. It's, it's cost, it's stressful. It's a lot. When you're a bridesmaid, you are committing to something.
Oh yeah, that's the thing we don't realize, because I'm like so not committal.
Yeah.
But when I have to commit, I'll commit.
Right.
I didn't realize though what a commitment it is.
Right.
You really have to like be proactive. If you say you're gonna plan the bachelorette party, you got to plan it. If you say you're gonna get all the girls together to try on the bridesmaid dresses, you got to do it.
Right.
It's responsibility.
Yeah, and with social, yes, there's companies that buy bots, and you're not getting that real true engagement from your customers, from people that are just getting to know you. I mean, we are fairly new.
Right.
So how we interact with people is so important, and that's the first thing that I do. It's finding those people that just got engaged, liking their picture, talking to them,
right.
Reaching out organically. And I think that's a way to really build a trusted brand and something that people trust. Being a new company and you have like 100,000 followers, it's a little weird. That doesn't happen. But we are continuing to see just the steady growth of these like brides, our EC girls that are like coming and following and commenting and, DMing us and asking questions. And it's exciting to see that natural growth happen.
Yeah, because it's totally rewarding. I feel like we forget with this new digital age to have that in-person human conversation, interaction. And you're right, it's not about getting to the 100,000 followers overnight or the verified check. It's about organically committing to your bridesmaids and the brides that get engaged, and vice versa, them committing to you and having that conversation and asking them, what do they need?
Exactly.
Or just even if they don't need it or they won't collaborate with you, they appreciate you asking them questions. Because I've even realized with my organic following, I ask people things like that they're passionate about.
Yeah.
Like, what beauty tips can you give me? What health tips can you give me? Because I'm not the expert. The beauty of me is my world is introducing other experts.
Right.
So like people like you introducing your brand and Evening Collective to let people know there is something out there that's going to help you live a stress-free life more so. Or because weddings are stressful.
They're
you don't
very
realize
stressful.
that. So talk to us also a little bit about like how stressful it could be. Maybe a story you could talk to us about where someone came and you felt like they didn't think they were going to make it through and then they finally made it through with your help.
Yeah.
Is there anything like that's happened?
Yeah, definitely. There's been moments where people have used another company and they just didn't have a really good experience. And they're like, oh, like I need you. I need help. I was referred by my sister. We've been doing research. Like, what sets you apart? What's different? And then right when you start walking them through the whole process and the service that we provide them, that really beautiful journey to getting their dress, then you kind of feel them relax and they're like, wow, thank you. Like, I didn't even consider that style. I didn't consider that color. I didn't think to do that. And so that's very fun for me to assist with their journey. But yeah, we've had brides and bridesmaids that have come and they literally don't know where to begin.
Right.
And so this is just one of those things where we are happy to hold your hand through the whole process. We want you to think that we're your wedding planner strictly. Like, yes, you hired someone to do this for you for only
and it's
bridesmaids
okay to
dresses.
say that. It's kind of like with a wedding date. Like you hired someone to go with you to a wedding. Now thank God you made something finally for the bridesmaids, because a lot of times we were feeling like we're the stepchild that's getting forgotten about. Nobody cares about us. Meanwhile, we are the most important part of the wedding.
Right.
Because we're helping the bride feel confident and comfortable with her decision making that day and just going through this perfect one day that you have. You have this only one day. And so do the bridesmaids. You want to enjoy and have fun and not look back and say, I was insecure so I didn't have fun, or I was worried about my dress, or I was worried that, I spent too much money, because a lot of people talk about the money, breaking the bank, and also saving those chain conversations and those frustrations. we had talked about this where a lot of it affects relationships. So,
Oh, yeah.
or family members, or, a lot of it affected like the group we were in. Some people didn't want to be proactive. Some others were frustrated that others weren't responding. Did you get your dress? What dress are you wearing?
Right.
Did you, and yes, this has nothing to do with you with the bachelorette parties and stuff like that. So it does affect, or I know me and my sister fought over this because I didn't want to go to the in-store experience. I'm like, no, Evening Collective is helping me through.
Right.
And even though, here's the beauty about Evening Collective, even if you're not helping all the bridesmaids through the first, together, like me, I was 1 out of 13 that still got it through Evening Collective.
Right.
I still got the same color everybody was wearing.
Amazing.
Different style, so nobody looked like me.
Right.
But literally perfect color. I blended in well.
Right.
So I could go no wrong.
Amazing.
It was just an easier, less stressful experience for me, and that's okay.
Right.
So anybody can do it, even if you're a bridesmaid of 14 and they already got their party figured out, they could still come to you.
Exactly.
And you can help. It's like you're their personal wedding planner and be like, okay, I got you, boo.
Yeah.
They did this, I got you for this.
Sit back,
and I'll,
relax.
yeah, and I'll have you blend in.
Yeah.
We fought, me and my sister, a lot of times because she was like, why don't you go and do it? And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
So it could affect, thank God we made up and we moved on,
Right.
but it could make people not talk.
Oh, for sure.
And it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I completely agree. I think everyone shops differently. I think now e-commerce is such a huge thing. It's like, if it can come to you, let it come to you.
Yeah.
Everyone is very busy.
Very.
Sometimes it can just be uncomfortable trying on dresses, and it's just like you're not in like the right headspace, and you feel a little bit of this pressure to find something. And like, what if you don't find something? And there's that disappointment or that fear of disappointment. So I think what really is nice about our company and the service we provide is that we are 100% listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
We are, listening to what maybe you like don't feel comfortable showing a back, or maybe you want a shorter dress or a longer dress, whatever the case may be.
Right.
I think there's something really beautiful about being able to help someone shop online, where they don't have to feel that disappointment if it doesn't happen,
or shame of themselves, because we're in a world where we're trying to embrace more
right.
of ourselves and not feel shame and guilty that we don't, we're not a size 2, or we don't want to have that in-store experience.
Yeah, and our sizes range from 0 to 30.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it's just like across all boards. We have, women that are curvy, women that don't have curves, and all of them. I always ask, I'm like, how did you feel? And they're like, I felt beautiful.
Yeah, I felt like thinner too.
Yeah.
Like I actually felt like a skinny girl.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
For the first time in a long time.
And I think that is just showing you how well the dresses are made, and how we really are taking into account body shape, body size, different body types, and really creating dresses that make women feel beautiful.
And it's also creating longevity. Like I like the price points where you can, again, keep the dress in your closet and re-wear it. How many times have we had bridesmaid dresses that we never wore?
Right.
And they're in your closet forever, and you're like, I spent hundreds or thousands on this, and it's such a shame. Where you can actually re-wear it. I actually re-wore the dress for my brother's wedding to like a night cocktail event, which was also called Sophisticated Weddings. It was for a magazine launch party.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
It looked great.
Yeah.
And so I was able to reuse it in different settings, which is very cool too.
Right. And I've had customers reach out recently. Actually, I had a customer, and I was working with her. She was expecting.
Oh, nice.
So this was a very, it's one of those things. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to grow like month by month.
Right.
For those that are expecting, we always say add a size up per month that you're pregnant.
Okay.
This is just to ensure that, it fits. You could be swimming in it, but at least because everyone definitely grows different and everything. But working with her was really exciting. She was my first expectant bridesmaid. She got the dress. It fit perfectly.
Yeah.
And she was due any day. She ended up writing back, and she was like, I've already worn this dress again.
That's amazing.
I love it. She's like, I feel like it doesn't feel like bridesmaidy.
Yeah.
Like where you look like you're wearing a bridesmaid's dress. She's like, I wore it to an event. I got so many compliments. I'm so happy with it. So that's exciting to hear.
It's probably, super rewarding because
Right.
you're actually making a difference. You're actually making people, you're not just saying, here, I'm selling a product and I'm shoving this down your face to sell it and make
Right.
money. Like you said, with the social media, with the customer service. You really care about these people and you want them to have a fun experience. That's why they keep coming back.
Right.
That's the nature of any
Exactly.
good quality, right?
Yeah, and it's
service.
not always about bridesmaids dresses. Like, I am hearing about their cake and the color, and I'm interested.
Oh, that's so
I
cool.
want to know, I'm really interested, and it's fun to see like personality shine through what the bride's doing, and it's their wedding day. They want to talk about it, and just having that real interest. And I want to know what's going on. Like, how's the planning process?
Yeah,
and it's not always just about the bridesmaids dress.
Because that makes them feel like you're really their friend or their planner, there to help them really achieve the best experience all around, right? Because it's really not just about the dress.
Yeah,
always.
you have customers that are like, you're going to be coming to the wedding probably now at this point. And I'm like, I would love to. Yeah.
That would be, that's awesome. Have you ever been invited to any of the customers?
No, but I've had brides say, like, I feel like you should be a guest at my wedding, because we've been awesome. Talking for the past, it takes, 7 to 10 weeks. Usually it takes 5 to 7, but due to Chinese New Year. So, it's a little bit of time, and you're reaching out, keeping them up to date and up to speed about their dresses, and just checking in. I love to check in. Yeah.
Talk to us about like the bridal industry and the wedding industry. What are your tips in general for somebody who's getting married and they're on a budget and they don't really know what to do? What would you suggest, besides obviously going to Evening Collective first and foremost for your bridesmaid dresses?
Yeah. I mean, we have our styles, 42 different styles. I think there's always a way, from planning, if there's the do-it-yourself, like make things affordable. And I know with our dresses, we try to do that, providing, everyone has a different price point in mind. That's why the do-it-yourself is so big. I'm on Pinterest all the time looking at what's like the coolest and newest thing, and it's fun to hear it from brides. But we feel that like our price point is so good, but we do understand that people have different budgets. Not every bridesmaid can spend the same amount, and so that's why we've had the under $100 dress,
right, under $100,
and that is, everyone's so happy about that. But then you have the dress that's still like $159, and it's like, that is amazing. I have spent hundreds of dollars on bridesmaids dresses, and since I've started working for Evening Collective, I'm like, I wish I would have had this like years ago.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Do you believe that have like budget for a whole wedding? Do you believe that you can spend under $30,000 for a whole wedding? Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's kind of going back to like do it yourself things.
Yeah, like, you can do it yourself things. There's so much out there that helps you in creating the wedding of your dreams, where it doesn't have to cost a lot. And that's usually, that big dollar sign is like right in your face all the time. And talking to brides, you're like, I didn't ever thought of that detail, or that you would have to do that, or just like the smallest things, and it adds up. So I think there's always ways to make it more affordable, make it easier on yourself. And then it's kind of fun. Like before, in my cousin's wedding, we were the ones arranging the flowers, and we did that together. And those are special moments that you're sharing with the bridesmaids, with the bride. Totally. But it was a way to save money. So there's always ways to save money. There's definitely ways to save money, because if you're shopping with Evening Collective,
exactly, that's the
we have a good
one
price point. Yeah,
and also you don't have a limit, right? Because like, let's say a bridal party has 17 bridesmaids or 10. It doesn't matter. They could really just go to the site. Each and one of them just pick their. Right. Like, you don't have a limit. It's not like, it's only 10 per party.
Right, exactly.
Which is also great.
Yeah, we have big wedding parties.
Yeah? Like there's, so 13. Okay, so I was like, 13's a lot when 14. I had 13. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and it was really great, because for her, she got a ton of samples, got all the girls together. They had a try-on party. She was like, I am shocked, because she was like, I was pretty sure, like, just like going into it, like, will this sample service work? Will they get the size right? She's like, every girl looked beautiful. And she's like, what was fun about it was that it was certain samples that, bridesmaids were like, I definitely want to try that dress. And then they saw the other one on someone else, and then they tried it on. And so she was like, you saw everyone kind of changing their mind of what they thought they wanted.
That's so cool.
And so that's what's fun about the sample service.
Yeah, because then they really won't also like wear the same thing. And then they could be like, okay, that doesn't look good on you, but that could look good on me, and vice versa. Exactly. It's just such a great it really is such a great fun experience.
Right.
Well, talking about dating in New York City.
Yes.
I'm single.
Me
but I
too.
want to. You're single, girl.
Yeah,
we gotta go out
I know.
together,
Let's
honey.
do
We
it.
gotta just. We need our Prince Charmings. We're both bridesmaids in so many weddings.
Yeah.
I think you've been. Have you been? How many weddings have you been a bridesmaid in?
I am. This past one would be 6.
Damn, you're more than me. But like that's like almost 27 dresses. I think of us as like
Yeah.
we're always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Right.
We need to find our prince.
Yes.
So talk to us about tips on how can we date, because New York City is so big. It's always the next best thing.
Yeah.
What are maybe like a few tips of us women? What should we be doing to really look for a serious relationship? To get married?
There are apps, obviously. Right. I know all about them. I know certain apps are more just for hookups.
Yeah.
Then there's the ones that really are looking for a relationship. I'm going to go back to the old school way, which is like going out with your friends and like meeting someone in that organic, in real life.
Right, in real time.
In real time
Totally.
way. And I think the best part and what I try to do is do something that I normally wouldn't do, something different, something fun, whether it's like bowling or go to Chelsea Piers and hit golf balls.
I gotta take you up on that.
Like guys love to hit golf balls, right?
Right.
So like
that's such a good
just
point.
Do something that might be a little what you would assume male centric and where the guys are.
Right.
And then just going out rooftop bars, I don't know. I'm all over the place.
Any favorite, actually, with Chanel in the City, any favorite restaurant or place that you suggest we all just check out? Not only to meet guys, but just girls' night.
Yeah, La Esquina is fun. Love that.
Yummy.
Well, I'm a big taco person.
And also like it's underground,
Yeah,
it's cool vibe, right? It has the hip hop music.
Yeah, and it's like you go in and you feel like you're going into this like almost like a speakeasy.
Yeah.
You walk in and you're like, wait, there's a downstairs. There's someone with like
you're going through a kitchen.
Headset. Yeah, it's like really cool. So I love that
cool.
spot. I always am hopping around. I'm big on boozy brunch.
Boozy brunch. Oh,
I
any
love
suggestion
boozy brunch.
around the city? Because I don't know them anymore.
There is a place called Trey that's in the East Village. That's
Nice.
so good. And it's you always with boozy brunches, it's either really good drinks, not so good food, or really good food and then the mimosas like mainly orange juice. So you're drinking orange juice. But Trey is a beautiful combination of both. They have the best food.
Love it.
And then they are on top of like refilling your mimosa glass. So it's
we
fun.
gotta check out Trey.
Yeah.
I love that. What's your tips or advice, I would say, to a newly engaged woman, a bride to be, and also a bridesmaid that like battles through a lot of anxiety?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a stressful process, but we know it is. I think it's just taking a step back. People love you. They want to help you. You have your friends there. You have your family there. You have so many services that are really at your fingertips that sometimes don't even cost a lot. And it's, just enjoying the moment, enjoying the time, and really just taking your time and making your decision. It doesn't have to be rushed. It doesn't have to be this like rush feeling. And I tried, with Evening Collective is, this process is going to be so easy, so seamless, so not stressful. And it's just about, really listening to them. And having them take their time.
Right.
There is a time frame,
right.
There is a time limit, but also, really not making it feel like this like rushed, quick decision process where they haven't even had a moment to even think.
Right. I think that it's finding like a resource like Evening Collective to first and foremost calm you down about the whole process.
Right.
Because I was going to ask, like, why do you think we all get anxious, even though that could seem like a stupid question, but why do you think? Because sometimes I was sitting there when I was planning, I'm like, why am I even stressed?
Why am I stressing
like,
out
is this
about
a society thing? Is this something all in my head? Am I exaggerating? Why do you think most of us do?
I think it has a lot to do with, it's such a big day. It's an important day. And I mean, that's
people put so much pressure on it. It's your only day. Since we're kids.
Exactly. And, brides want it to be perfect. Like, who doesn't want their wedding day to be perfect? Like, who wants something to go wrong? And then so, as a bridesmaid, you kind of take on that, like, that stress stress of like, there's going to be times where maybe she's so stressed, she's upset and has nothing to do with you. Right. And you're just like, okay, well, let me help you. And you're like really taking on this like role of like therapist, friend, and like it can be really stressful. So I don't know. For brides, I just think the best thing to do is just like really enjoy it. People are there for you and, want to help you. We want to help you. But it is important. So, I mean, it's very justifiable to have a little stress,
Totally.
Yeah.
Fashion tips. What is your suggestion if you're a girl on a budget in the city, you don't have that much to work with? What should we always have in our closet?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I am, I'm pretty, like, I like to have some trendy pieces, some fun pieces.
Yeah.
I'm, a really great pair of jeans, black. Totally. That always looks like classic. It looks good. You look put together. I love a trendy top or just like, fun earrings or a fun necklace to really like amp up like a white t-shirt.
Right.
I don't know. I'm all over the place too, but I'm trying to, well, not today. I'm wearing black, but.
Well, you still look gorgeous and put together.
Thank you. I'm trying to embrace color and pattern and just having more fun. And even with bridesmaids dresses, a wave that you saw where a lot of people were choosing neutral colors.
Yes.
But we have the whole, colorway in our office, and there's this color oasis, and you would think it's scary. It is not scary. It's beautiful. So for some, like when I see that they're doing a bold color, I am all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think just like introducing fun things into your wardrobe shows your personality.
Talking about actually fun and playing with fashion.
Yeah.
How important is glam with the dresses? So do bridesmaids ever go to you guys and ask you, even though it's not your role, like necessarily, like your opinion, what hairstyle would you go with this now that I picked this style or this color?
Right. Yeah. So one of our popular styles is the Dixie dress, and it has this really beautiful like diamond back. And so like a lot of bridesmaids are like, oh my God, I love the back of that dress. And like, should I put my hair up? And it's like, yeah, definitely show it off. Like that's the best part of the dress is this beautiful, cool back. And then we have some that are like, oh, like I'm doing more of a beach vibe. And so if you go on our site, we have, dresses for a beach wedding. We have black tie. So we have suggestions.
Like categories. Oh my God, this is amazing.
To fit everything.
This is like a museum for bridesmaids.
Yeah. And then accessorizing should be fun. Like it doesn't have to be like what you would assume, just like a usual metallic bag. Like spice it up a little bit, get like a little leopard animal print in there, like have fun with it.
So you're getting like basically a personal stylist, a wedding planner, and a friend all in one helping guide you as the bridesmaid be the perfect person for your bride.
Yeah, for sure.
And like still look beautiful and feel, I mean, really, I felt like I just felt so much less stress because there was so much more going on in my life at the time that I was like, okay, at least this is taken care of. Like the day of the wedding, I was like, shoes in the bag, dress is ready.
That's great.
Hair and makeup, all I had to do was hair and makeup. It was like, it was almost like an outer body experience because nothing was so chaotic that morning that I'm like, something, when you're like, something's wrong.
Right.
Or I'm missing something or something's going to go wrong because it seems too laid back. But it was one of those good ways, good things. It ended up ended up perfect. Everything was perfect and
so
beautiful.
Happy.
And the bride was so beautiful that I felt good and like everything was done because she was stressing too. She's like, are you getting the dress? When are you going to get the dress? And I'm like, don't worry. AB Collective has it all prepared for me.
Amazing. That makes me happy. I love hearing that.
So cool. Yeah. I love it. What's your advice to make it in the fashion and entertainment and bridal industry? Because they're all pretty competitive.
It's very competitive, and that's just being honest. I think it's just staying ahead. It's, thinking of things that normally you don't see. It's like, how are we connecting with the customer? And I think it really just comes down to our transparency and how honest we are and how we really are focusing on like the ugly parts, but that's the real part.
Right.
And I think that's like what is really making us different. So, just like staying ahead of that. Customer experience first, foremost with us, because like we want you to feel like you have a best friend that is helping you, have a personal assistant. Like, I'm happy to be your personal assistant.
Wow,
type
that's
thing.
amazing.
Yeah. Because a lot of companies I've used before, it's you place an order and it's radio silent. You're like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? And, you know, with us, you can reach out. We can let you know where your dress is in production, when to be expecting it. We're happy to update you. We want to update you, so you don't even have to ask. So we're consistently and always reaching out. And I think that's really with the fashion industry that's what's missing a lot of the time in the e-commerce world. Yeah. Is feeling like you're in store, but you're not. And so we're really trying to show that, like, it's like you've walked into a store, you're talking to a salesperson. This isn't automated. This isn't a bot. This is a real person with real feelings that actually care and want to help you out.
I love that. Yeah. On that note, thank you so much for being
here.
This
was so fun. I loved it.
I could talk to you for hours, which we will.
I know.
We will be collaborating a lot. Where can everyone follow you, and where can everybody visit Evening Collective?
Yeah, so it's www.eveningcollective.com, and then our Instagram is Evening Collective. Share your samples, like trying on. We want to see it. Do an unboxing video. We'll feature you on our Instagram. Awesome. When you get the dresses, you get the pictures from the wedding. Please share, tag us, and we will be sure to feature you.
Thank you so much for being here. Fun. And make sure you check out eveningcollective.com and stay tuned for another episode of Chanel in the City. Subscribe. Tune in, download this episode. We will repost as well. And if some of you listeners are going to Evening Collective, they will share your pictures as well. Thanks again.